Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nick Aldis has been doing a phenomenal job as SmackDown's general manager for nearly 2 years now. However, there have been times when he caught superstars' ire, stepping on the wrong tail. Aldis did the same thing this week on SmackDown. Rumors have been swirling that he could suffer a merciless attack at the hands of Drew McIntyre next week. Last night on SmackDown, the Scottish Warrior delivered a promo, sulking over his loss against Cody Rhodes at WrestlePalooza. McIntyre blamed the referee for robbing him of a win with logical reasoning and expressed his resentment. However, Nick Aldis abruptly interrupted him and mocked the former WWE champion for whining every time. The SmackDown general manager, instead of compensating Drew McIntyre, lambasted him for his excuses. He made it clear that the referee's call was final, implying that the 40-year-old would not receive any further shots at the undisputed WWE title. Aldis's words rubbed salt on McIntyre's wounds. Since then, speculation has been swirling that the Scottish Warrior could attack the on-screen authority figure. He could take out Nick Aldis in a backstage attack, putting the latter on the shelf. In the wake of a merciless attack, someone could step in for the 38-year-old as interim SmackDown general manager. Drew McIntyre has been on a rampage of late, as he has been getting robbed over and over again in every world title match he has competed in recent years. Therefore, McIntyre's potential attack on Aldis could show a vicious side of him, someone who is hungry for retribution. However, the entire angle is speculation at this point, and the chances of it happening are considerably low. Drew McIntyre's feud with Cody Rhodes may have come to a halt for now. However, the 40-year-old found a new enemy this week on SmackDown. Just after Nick Aldis lambasted McIntyre and walked away, Jacob Fatu made a thunderous return and interrupted the Scottish Warrior. The Samoan werewolf mocked the former WWE champion for whining and complaining, rubbing salt on Drew McIntyre's wounds. Their heated confrontation soon turned into a physical altercation. What happened on SmackDown this week seems to be the beginning of a blockbuster feud. There is a good possibility that Nick Aldis could book Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu in a huge match for Crown Jewel. Both superstars currently need a compelling feud that could once again push them into the spotlight. A match at the upcoming Spectacle in Perth could attract eyeballs toward this new rivalry. Hence, Aldis could make this match official next week on SmackDown. However, this is currently speculation. It remains to be seen what the future holds for McIntyre on SmackDown. The WWE Universe has been buzzing with speculation following the shocking on-screen attack on SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis, which has raised serious questions about his future as an authority figure on the blue brand. WWE has long used its general manager role to inject drama, authority struggles, and creative direction into its weekly shows. And with Aldis being physically targeted, fans are beginning to wonder whether this incident is a sign of things to come. Could WWE actually be planning to replace Nick Aldis as the face of SmackDown's management? Let's break down the potential fallout, backstage implications, and explore who could realistically step into his shoes if a change is in the works. Nick Aldis was introduced as SmackDown GM in 2023, a move that surprised many, but was ultimately praised due to his polished presence, calm authority, and strong reputation as a former NWA World Champion. He brought legitimacy to the role, striking a balance between fairness and storyline drama. Aldis's handling of top names like Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and The Bloodline made him a central figure in SmackDown's narrative. Unlike some past GMs who leaned too heavily into comedic or villainous antics, Aldis has projected professionalism, which has been a breath of fresh air for many fans. But WWE rarely allows authority figures to remain untouched for long, and the recent attack may be the spark for a storyline shift. The incident in question saw a major star take matters into their own hands, physically confronting Aldis during a heated segment. While WWE has often protected GMs from physical harm, when such confrontations occur, they're usually not random. They're deliberate storyline devices meant to raise stakes and shake up the power dynamic. By targeting Aldis, WWE may be, foreshadowing either a prolonged feud between the GM and the wrestler, or perhaps more dramatically, a storyline in which Aldis is forced to step down. This opens the door to endless speculation. If Nick Aldis were to be replaced, who would be next in line? And what direction would SmackDown take? One potential scenario is that WWE uses Aldis' attack as an excuse to temporarily write him off television, allowing him to return later with more fire or a bigger storyline. In that case, a temporary GM could be brought in, possibly a Hall of Famer, or an established veteran with ties to the SmackDown roster. WWE has a long history of rotating authority figures when convenient, and a returning legend stepping in to take charge would give SmackDown a short-term ratings boost. Imagine someone like Kurt Angle, or even a surprise name such as Booker T filling in. It would generate nostalgia and create buzz while Aldis recovers or repositions himself. Another possibility is that WWE makes a full-on storyline replacement. With the rise of Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and the Bloodline's new direction, SmackDown's power struggles have become more chaotic. A heel GM aligned with certain stars could give WWE an opportunity to make the authority role more antagonistic again. This wouldn't necessarily mean Aldis is gone for good, but it could mean WWE is testing the waters for a different flavor of leadership on the blue brand. Historically, names like Eric Bischoff, Vicky Guerrero, and Paul Heyman thrived by being controversial authority figures. WWE may feel it's time to revisit that formula. There's also the possibility that the attack itself was part of a larger plan to transition Aldis into an in-ring or managerial role. While Aldis has been respected as a GM, he's still an accomplished professional wrestler with years of experience. WWE could use this as a way to reignite his in-ring presence. Perhaps the star who attacked him is setting up a future storyline match against Aldis, leading to a situation where his GM position is put on the line. This would serve as both a way to give Aldis a spotlight match and to inject more drama into SmackDown's structure. From a backstage perspective, there have been no reports of WWE being unhappy with Aldis' performance as SmackDown GM. On the contrary, he's been well received by fans and insiders alike for his charisma, clear delivery, and ability to anchor segments. This makes it unlikely that the company would truly remove him unless it serves a storyline purpose. WWE thrives on unpredictability, and targeting Aldis may be part of a longer arc designed to build tension. Still, the optics of the attack leave room for fans to speculate whether WWE is considering a major shakeup behind the scenes. If WWE were to explore replacements, several names come to mind. Adam Pearce, currently serving as Raw GM, could always be positioned to oversee both brands, unifying the authority role in a way similar to how past GMs ran multiple shows. This would, however, limit SmackDown's unique flavor. Another intriguing option would be someone like William Regal, whose return to WWE in an on-screen authority role has been long awaited by fans. Regal's credibility, sharp mic skills, and history as a respected GM make him a natural fit. Alternatively, WWE could go the shocking route and appoint a current superstar to double as an authority figure, something we've seen in the past with names like Baron Corbin. The timing of this incident is also worth noting. WWE is heading into the final stretch before Survivor Series and WrestleMania season shortly after. Authority figure storylines tend to spike in importance around major events, where decisions about match stipulations, brand loyalty, and roster opportunities take center stage. An Aldis-centered storyline, whether it involves his removal, replacement, or redemption, could be WWE's way of planting seeds for Survivor Series or beyond. Having SmackDown's leadership in turmoil could give the brand versus brand narrative extra fuel, should WWE decide to revisit that dynamic. Fans have already taken to social media to voice their reactions. Many have praised Aldis for his run, calling him one of the most effective GMs in years. Others, however, feel that WWE thrives on chaos and that the GM role should constantly be at risk to keep things fresh. If WWE leans into this divide, they may create a storyline where the WWE universe itself is split. Some fighting for Aldis to remain, others calling for his replacement. This kind of engagement could prove beneficial for ratings and live crowd energy. as fans would have a stake in the outcome. Ultimately, whether Nick Aldis is truly replaced as SmackDown GM, or whether this attack is merely the beginning of a deeper storyline. One thing is clear: WWE is deliberately blurring the lines of authority and unpredictability on Friday nights. Authority figures have always been a cornerstone of WWE programming, from Vince McMahon's villainous reign to Teddy Long's fan-favorite tenure, and Aldis now stands at the crossroads of joining that history in a major way. If he fights back and asserts dominance, his GM legacy could grow even stronger. If he's replaced, WWE has the chance to surprise fans with a fresh face in charge. Either outcome ensures that the blue brand will not lack intrigue in the coming months. For now, Nick Aldis remains the general manager of SmackDown, but his authority has clearly been shaken. Whether this leads to his downfall, a temporary setback, or a heroic resurgence, WWE has successfully placed him in the spotlight. With Survivor Series and WrestleMania season approaching, the eyes of the WWE Universe will remain fixed on the SmackDown GM's fate. WWE has always thrived on the mantra of, anything can happen. And when the man in charge is being physically targeted by superstars, the door to chaos and change is wide open. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.